It's been futile. Look, my mom just doesn't like me. Not that she hates me, but she's never happy about anything I do for her. I make her life easy, as much as I can. I give her all the love a child should give her mom. But throughout growing up, my mother mentioned the fact that, she had an unplanned pregnancy and that's how I came. I was sort of a mistake. And I am sure that probably that's why she feels that animosity towards me. Look, I've grown seeking validation elsewhere, but the ache of not having it from my own mom hurts me so much. I really still don't understand why my mom doesn't, love me despite my efforts to prove myself. So I want to find out from your listeners if they have experienced the situation before. Anybody who is in that situation, how do they do it? How do you get your parents to love you back or to appreciate you for who you are? And I found it quite interesting because a few weeks ago, I was checking out the story of one of the very famous singers called Tina Turner. And Tina Turner has a very similar story. I mean, if literally almost the same. She talked, many times about her mom and how her mom, Zelma never really liked her or appreciated her so much, for whatever reason. I'll let you listen to what Tina Turner said in one of her interviews back in the day.
I was not kind. When I became a star, of course, then she was happy because I bought her a house. I did all kinds of things for her. She was my mother. I was trying to make her comfortable because she didn't have a husband. She was alone, but she still didn't like me. Even after I became Tina, Ma still was a little bit, who did that or who did this? And I said, I did it, Ma. I was happy to show my mother what I did. I had a house, I had gotten a car, and she said, I don't believe it. Now, you're my daughter. I know you didn't, something to this effect. She didn't want me. She didn't want to be around me, even though she wanted my success. But I did for her as if she loved me.
So that's Tina Turner's story with her mom, and that's her speaking there. And this is literally the same thing that it looks like Sophia finds herself in there. And I thought I should find out from you. Have you been in a situation like that? I mean, ideally, most of the time we're talking about problems or relationship problems with our partners and how, there are frictions here and there. But let's talk about frictions with our parents. Have you ever been in a position where you have a problem with your parent? How do you address it, especially as a grown man or a grown woman, and then there's some friction with your dad or your mom? I mean, I shared with a friend and he said, look, my dad never talked to me because of my career choice. What my father wanted me to do, I didn't do it. And so because of that, he literally wouldn't speak to me for a whole year. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. But how do you fix it? Does this happen to you as well? Has it happened to you before? Well, let's hear you. Give me a call, 0302-216-541. You can send me a WhatsApp message on 055-1111997. I'd love to know your experiences. Maybe if you have some thoughts to share with Sophie as well, that would be helpful. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Good
how are
afternoon,
you?
Lexis.
Good afternoon.
This is Elizabeth from 25, Community 25.
Oh, hello, Elizabeth. How are you?
Thank God I'm doing well, and Happy New Year. I haven't spoken to you since the beginning of the
Absolutely.
year.
It's been so long. So nice for you to come by today.
Yes.
Let's hear you.
Yes. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5 says, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. This lady shouldn't live just to impress the mother. She should live to impress God. Uncle White once upon a time said, once it pleases God, it doesn't matter if it humiliates me. Secondly, there was a man on TV3 last Sunday. He's one of the finest pilots. I've forgotten his name. But he said his mom told him that he was an unplanned pregnancy. So the mom wanted to abort it, but a priest told the mom not to abort it because the son will become great and he should be named Solomon. So he's Captain Solomon something. I've forgotten the first name. This girl should live to impress God, knowing that she is an image of the Most High God. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Elizabeth. I'm grateful for your thoughts on this. 0302216541. Hello.
Lexis.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Charlie, what's up?
I'm good, man. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Robert.
Oh, Robert. Talk to me.
Charlie, unplanned pregnancy. So after our firstborn, we intended that we would space like 4 years, okay, because Madam had to go to the uni. So one day she came to me where I worked, and then we met. There was this thing, we had to buy a pill. I went out and it was raining, we couldn't get the pill. When we came home, we couldn't control, we did. The next day, we delayed and we didn't get it. And later we realized that time is over. It was more like, I am even looking like a safe period. Bro, 2 weeks' time, then the safe period wasn't safe. We started seeing signals. Like this. I swear that was how we got our second born, and that was my daughter. Now, the third one came when, and she had admission. So along the line, the first trimester was very difficult for her. And that was 1100. So she would come home, disturbance, she'll be weeping, and she'll be blaming me. I'll be blaming her. Then fast forward 2 years down the line, it was COVID. Then COVID break, they were doing virtual, so she came, and before we could say Jack, the third one had also come on plan.
Wow.
Look, like this, these two little angels are like the firstborn who was planned and nurtured and all that. He's more like a brother to me, but they are my pets. I'm not home today, that's why I'm able to talk freely to you. If I'm home, I'll not be able to call you. Okay, they are all over me, and we love them. Okay. We love them. You go and meet them, they are like twins.
Wow.
And they are the joy of the family. So as for that, I don't think that will ever be a problem that will stand on my way of loving my kids.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But in this lady's case, well, she's found herself in that. I mean, I think that the story has even moved away from the pregnancy bit. It's really now the fact that there's a very...
I can't get you clear, like this. I can't get you clear.
I'm saying that even in this lady's case, right, it's
okay.
moved on from whether it was a planned pregnancy or not. Now she's an old lady. She's grown up, and still she doesn't have any love from her mom.
I think maybe the mother has to be worked on. The mother has to be worked on, and maybe if he will have a way by which he can work on the mother, fine. Okay. A way by which he can relate to her, and then probably get access to everything the woman is harboring.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. Okay.
Then maybe that heat can be emitted, and then the woman can get back to herself, and maybe they can start from there.
Okay, bro. Thank you so much for your thoughts on this, yeah? 0302216541. You can send me a WhatsApp message as well, if you will, on 055-1111-997. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you, bro?
I'm doing good, Lexis. Welcome back from my
Thank you so much. What's your name?
It's Desmond.
Desmond, talk to me.
Please, I believe the lady is facing a very strong challenge. The mom is alive, and then she's okay, but then she's not having any love from her mother. These are, I think, the first column made a statement, which sometimes we as Christians always want to look upon and then get our problems deeper and stronger. If it is easy for her to overlook her mother's love and then please God, she would have done that. But then she's facing that challenge. She might have a relation with God, though we might not know. But then the challenge she's facing now is the mother's love back to her. So I want to advise that if she can get to the mother and try to get the untold story that is making the mother retain her love for her back. There might be a secret story. There might be something that might have caused that thing.
Yeah.
Maybe from her dad or from the lady herself. And until that thing is revealed, there is no way that mother can overlook that and then show the daughter the love that she deserves.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with me pleasing God or making what is pleasant to God and when it's not pleasing to man.
Okay.
She's your mom. She has to do whatever she can, seek for counsel, look for people who can lead her to let the mother voice out what is making her to return back that love. Because you can see from her narration that she's worried. And until she's able to overcome this, there is no way she can do anything open-heartedly towards God. So I want to plead with our people. We should come into the people's shoe rather than making it seem like please God and then leave your problem. It is not possible.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm grateful that you shared your thoughts. It looks like Emmanuel in North Kaneshi kind of agrees with you because he sent a message and says, Lexis, I disagree with the lady who says the lady should leave it to God, please. But God, has she forgotten that the same God said he has made mankind in his own image? Her mother or parents is her God on planet Earth. She should find a better way to reconcile with her mother. Okay. Hello?
Yo, Lexis.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Nyamina Dumboko na we.
Dumara.
All right.
In fact, I have personal one.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have a personal one.
Tell me.
Mine was also out of Chalayawu. Last one we let abort. Let abort. Say no. My minister no. So it's like,
say that again. Your line is a little faint.
My own is like dad, mom giving birth. I came in and then they said, for mine, let's abort it. And then mom said, oh no, maybe you may not know what he or she will become. Let's keep it. Let's abort it. I said no. And then dad said, what's weird? So because of that, separation came and my mom gave birth to me. She took virtually care of everything. This man was alive. He never cared, not even a single thing. But I was relating with my brother and my sisters very well. Once in a while, my mom would just dump me at where my siblings are, and then I would gel with them. But this man is around, would never even call me by my name, would never even want to see me because my mom was so stubborn to give birth when he told my mom that she should abort it, and mom said no. And so here am I. It got to a time he was sick. We're in the same house, he was sick, and then everyone neglected him. And I had to drive him to hospital 2-3 times. I told my mom, look, this man asked me to drive him to hospital. What do I do? Me, I don't want to go again. And my mom said, no. Any day, any time he asks you to do something, do it. And sometimes I look at my mom, it's like, my mom is crazy. This is someone who did this to you. And even I have no feeling for this man. My mom still keeps saying, my son, you don't know. Just do whatever he asks you to do. So there are times I feel like my mother is going crazy. I'm telling you.
Wow.
But I had to obey and then do. So the day he was dead. I mean, he's dead now. I have no feeling for him. Fast track to my son. I have 2-3 kids. And the last born came, and I was like, do I keep it? Or do I have to also abort? I was like, hey, look sharp. But today, as it is now, I have a very strong relationship with my last one. And all my kids, I have love for them. Even if I have the last blood that I have to share, I will share with my kids.
Wow.
And for the lady, all that I can say is she should also look up to God. She should do all that she can humanly and then pray, just as the lady from Tema 22, Committee 22 said.
Yeah.
She just leave it to God.
Okay.
And the Lord himself will work on her. She shouldn't harbor anything bad in her. She just be open and then leave it to God.
Good stuff. Wow. That's a very interesting story. But when your dad passed, did you go to the funeral?
In fact, I said I was there and I look like the person is a stranger to me.
Oh.
I have my brother, my sisters, my mother, they were all crying. I wish I could take a big rub it on my eyes so that I will share. But there was no feeling. There was no feeling to a extent that it got to a time when I was young. Sometimes I feel like waking up, taking a stone to smash the window of his car. Sometimes. But once in a while, I will calm myself down. There are times I hear this saying to me, destroy something of his, do this, and then another voice will tell me, it's cool. I have never had any love for him, but thank God I have so much love for my kids.
That's good.
I love
That's
them
good.
to the max.
That's
I
really
love
good.
them to the max. And I always thank God about it.
Well, thank you so much. I'm grateful that you shared your story with us today, yeah? All right. 0302216541. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yo, I'm very well. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah. Abu Mohammed from Japan.
Okay, Mohammed, talk to me.
Yeah. In the Islamic perspective, the gateway to heaven is under the feet of your parents. So whatever you do to let them leave their feet so that you pass through to get into heaven, you have to do that. Irrespective of whatever they put you through, you always have to pray for them. There are so many reasons why you cannot miss this show. My father divorced my mom. I grew up big boy before I traveled to Mali to go and see my mother. So I don't usually have feelings for my mother. I tell people, I don't miss my mother, as people keep to say. But when I have my children, especially my small boy who is 5 years old now, then I begin to reflect, how would my mother, or how did she felt when my father took me away from her? Because I understand I was between 2 years or that before my father divorced her. So I begin to have this feeling. If 2-3 days I didn't see this my boy, I would have to call the mother so that I talk to him. Then I begin to have sympathy for my mother. And now I want to see my mother. I want to do her a lot of things. So my advice to this lady, time will tell. She should just take it easy. Maybe like the way it happened to me now, I feel for my mother because of the children I have. I miss them. I want to talk to them all the time. Maybe she should do what she has to do, because your mother, even if you cut your flesh, on the Islamic perspective, you cut your own flesh, you burn it, you roast it very well, give it to your mother to eat. You've done nothing. So time will tell. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mohammed. All right. 0302216541. Let's see who's here. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Nice. What's your name?
My name is Millicent.
Okay, Millicent. Welcome.
I'm
Let's hear
calling
you.
from Afiena.
Okay, Millicent. Let's hear you.
Yeah, today is my very first time of contributing to
I'm
your
so
program.
happy you are here. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for the program.
It took you so long, Millicent.
Yes.
So talk to me.
The discussion for the day, I think I'm in the same situation.
Really?
Mine is even worse. I quite remember I even bought a house for my mom. As I'm talking to you now, she's living there. The last time she paid me visit, I live in Accra here. Okay. It was about 11 years ago when I gave birth to my last born. It is so serious that sometimes she can even gang up against me.
Wow.
And I felt so rejected. Sometimes I cry because I need my mom close to me. But the way she's treating me, I don't even know whom to even talk to even share my problem with. I felt so sad.
But
So
do
rejected.
you have an idea where it's coming from?
Yes. My grandmother told me everything. I quite remember I was told by my grandmother when she became pregnant, or when she was pregnant of me, I learned she attempted aborting me. She even drank the concoction to abort me. Then what happened was I learned she was rushed to the hospital, and the doctors then warned her not to do it because if she tried it, she's going to die. So when she gave birth to me, it was my grandmother who took care of me, and she never wanted to see me. And among all her kids, I'm the only person who tried to do something for her. Whatever she made, I tried to give it to her, but she never liked me.
Wow. You even bought a house for her?
Yes. She's living in a 4-bedroom house. And the last time she paid me a visit here was about 11 years ago.
11 years ago?
Yes, when I gave birth to my son will be 12 years. My last one will be 12. I have 3 sons. My last born is about 11, going to 12. She came to spend just about 2.5 months with me, and that was it. That was the last time she came here.
But when was the last time you spoke to her?
Oh, once in a while. Now I don't have that feeling for her anymore.
Wow.
Rather, I channel my love to my stepmom, who is so close to me. She calls me, check on me. My stepmom know most of my things than my mom, and it's so serious. Listen, very serious. My brother, it's not easy at all.
Have you tried to mend the relationship?
I try. I talk to my uncles about her, even the family head, and she's still the same. And sometimes when she sees me, she pretends. There was a time we met at a funeral, and my cousin was like, "Hey, the way my mother is acting, it looks so weird." So I think the lady is not in the arm.
Yeah.
She's not the only person in the soup.
Yeah. You're in a very delicate one too.
My
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's sad. I'm sorry that your line dropped. Oh, I'd have loved to talk to you some more. Hello?
Yeah, Papa, I hope you're doing well.
I'm well, Joseph. How are you?
I'm very strong. Is Flip around?
No.
Oh, okay. Papa, it's a very serious issue at hand. There are a lot of factors that contribute to this. One, spiritually, a father or a mother might not love one of the children. It seems to be a natural syndrome. Sometimes, to the fathers, it is somehow alleged that that particular son or daughter, somebody somewhere caught under before the man put something on it, and allegedly they say it's yours. That one too, it works. Sometimes a child might say something to the parents, or during some consultations, you say something that your mom or your dad might not forget it at all. So whichever way, for me, I think prayers can do. You should consult some pastors, counselors to talk to the mom or the dad, or sometimes pray, fast and pray. God will listen to it, because whatever we do, God will touch our heart to listen to whatever. So I think that's the ultimate.
Okay. All right, Joseph, thank you so much for your thoughts on this.
You all appreciate
Says Lexis, the problem may be the circumstances surrounding her birth. Tell her to investigate that. The problem may have something to do with her dad. I think she reminds her of him, and that's from Michael. You are appreciated. Robbie says, Lexis, I had a similar situation. We're twins, and mom told us our dad left us when we were only 2 years. I grew up seeing my mom going through a lot of hell to take care of us. When we got to class 6, he tried to come take us from the school without my mom's consent. Unfortunately, he couldn't identify us in the class, so he was chased out of the class. I grew up with so much hatred for my dad, and the last I saw him, he was laid in state. I was livid and never liked my dad. Life. Wow, very interesting conversation. Thank you so much to everybody who called in to share their thoughts and their experiences as well. I'm grateful, and I'm sure Sophie is grateful as well. It's 5 o'clock. Find out what's happening in news very shortly here on Joy